Hey everyone, welcome to Homeschool, and we have started our first chapter, that is chemical reactions and equations. We have already completed 3 parts and this is our third part where I am showing you few examples for balancing. See, in the previous video we studied a trick for balancing. I told you how to balance a chemical reaction easily. Say if you go in a particular order, you can easily finish off a balancing a particular equation, right? And keeping those rules in our mind, let us work it out with few examples on balancing. So here are the questions in front of you. I gave you the 4 chemical equations where you need to balance. See, these questions I picked from your NCERT exercise part. So these are the questions I am covering from exercise part of the chapter. Okay, fine. So the first question, nitric acid, HNO3 means nitric acid reacting with calcium hydroxide. You are getting calcium nitrate plus water. So how do you balance this? Initially, till you get practice, you can work it on putting this table. Say what is that? The element or the ions, right? Polyatomic species, reactants, make 3 columns like this, reactants as well as products, isn't it? Okay, so now tell me, is there any polyatomic groups? First you have to identify whether you have polyatomic groups or not. Say you actually have OH is a polyatomic group, but if polyatomic group is there, it should be present both in the reactant as well as product side. Okay, then only you can consider it as a group and then balance it. Clear? So OH is a polyatomic group, but is OH present in the product side? No, OH is not there in a product side. So you should not consider OH as a polyatomic group. I mean to say, you should consider oxygen separately and balance it, and you consider hydrogen separately and then balance it. Okay, you are not supposed to consider OH as a group. You can't consider it as a polyatomic group because OH is there in the reactant side, but it is not there in a product side. Okay, fine. And another polyatomic group is there, NO3. So is this NO3 group present both in the reactant side as well as product side? Just observe, NO3 product side. Is in the reactant side also NO3 present? Yes, there is NO3 in both reactant side as well as product side. So you can consider NO3 as a group and then balance it. Okay, you are not supposed to consider nitrogen separately and oxygen separately. NO3, when it is present in both sides, I mean in the reactant side and product side, you should consider it as a group and finish off the balancing. Okay, fine. So after polyatomic group, you will balance metals and non-metals. I mean other elements, right? Other than oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, so what are the elements present other than oxygen and hydrogen? Initially calcium is there, so you will balance calcium next. After balancing this group, you have to focus on balancing calcium, and after that you will try to balance hydrogen and oxygen, right? So hydrogen is there, hydrogen, and lastly you keep oxygen for the balancing. Fine. So let us finish off balancing these groups. NO3. So how many NO3s in the reactant side? You have only 1 in the reactant side, and in the product side how many NO3s are there? 2 are there, right? So you have to balance NO3 groups in the reactant side. You should make this NO3 2. So where do you put the digit 2? Here you will put the digit 2, right? So now it has become reactant side also 2 NO3, product side 2 NO3. Over. Now check with the calcium. How many calciums are there in the reactant side? 1 is there. How many calcium atoms in the product side? 1 calcium is there. Calcium is balanced. No need to worry. And coming to the hydrogen atoms. Okay. So how many hydrogen atoms are there in the reactant side here? when you put this 2, it belongs to hydrogen also. So here 2 hydrogen atoms are there, and coming to this formula, you see this 2 belongs to hydrogen and oxygen. It means that there are 2 hydrogens. So altogether in the reactant side, how many hydrogen atoms are there? 4 are there. So in the reactant side, you have 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so coming to the product side, how many hydrogen atoms? Only here, that means 2 hydrogen atoms are there. So you need to balance hydrogen atoms in the product side. So how do you make? Initially there are 2 hydrogen atoms. How do you make 4 here? Just you put 2 here. Okay, so when you put 2, what does this mean? 2 into 2 into 2. Altogether you will observe 4 hydrogen atoms. Okay, so you have to multiply here. So it becomes 4. I mean, now in the product side also, you have got 4 hydrogen atoms. So this way, you have to balance hydrogen atoms. And finally, what is remaining? Oxygen atoms, right? So how many oxygen atoms are there in the reactant side? See, observe carefully. You are not supposed to consider oxygen of NO3 because as a group, as NO3 you balanced. So you are not supposed to consider oxygen present in NO3. No, okay, forget about these oxygens. You have to consider oxygen present in this formula. So how many oxygens are there? 2. Similarly, in the product side, how many oxygens are there? These oxygens you should not consider because that work is over. You balanced that oxygen as a group and you finished that. But these oxygens you did not balance. Yes or no? So how many oxygens? 2. So 2 oxygens in the reactant side, 2 oxygens in the product side. So oxygen is already balanced. Okay. So this is the balanced equation now. 2HNO3 plus CaOH twice giving you CaNO3 twice plus 2H2O. So this is the balanced equation for the first chemical equation. Okay, so here if you can remember the points, first try to balance polyatomic group, later go for other elements, lastly you balance hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, so when polyatomic groups are present in both reactants and products, you have to take it as a group and then balance it. Okay, so this is the most important example. Actually you had covered variety of things, right, for the balancing. Clear? So now we will go for the second example. Second example, okay, same, put a list initially. So is there any polyatomic groups present in both reactant side as well as product side? Yes. You see, SO4 is a polyatomic group. So here you should have an idea about what is polyatomic group and what are the examples. Otherwise, you can't go according to this method. Clear? So sulfate is a polyatomic group. So how many sulfate groups are there in a reactant side? 1. How many sulfates are there in a product side? 1. So sulfate is actually balanced form, right? And next go for the metals. Which are the metals you have? Sodium, right? Okay, after sodium remaining is hydrogen and you have oxygen also. Hydrogen is there, right? And oxygen also is there. Fine. Okay, so now sulfate is balanced. How many sodiums in the reactant side? Only 1 is there. How many sodiums in the product side? 2 are there. So you need to balance sodium which is there in a reactant side. You should make it 2. So where do you put 2? You're not supposed to put 2 here. That's wrong. Okay, you have to put 2 here. So now your sodium atoms in the reactant side 2 are there. Product side is also 2 are there. Okay, fine. And now coming to the hydrogens. So how many hydrogens in the reactant side? Observe here. This 2 now belongs to this hydrogen also. So 2 plus here in this formula 2 hydrogens. So altogether 4 hydrogens are there in the reactant side. So how many hydrogens in the product side? 2 hydrogens are there in the product side. So which side you have to put numbers? Product side it is less, no. So here you have to balance. So what digit if you put, you will make 4 here. You have to make these hydrogens 4, isn't it? So what digit you will put? 2 if you put, it becomes 2 into 2, 4, isn't it? So now after putting 2, you will have 4 hydrogen atoms altogether. right? So this way I have balanced hydrogen atoms. And now coming to oxygen atoms. So how many oxygen atoms are there here in the reactant side? You should not consider these oxygen atoms. This as SO4, you finished its balancing. Okay, this oxygen atoms balancing is over in the form of SO4. So don't consider oxygen of SO4. No, remaining oxygens if there, consider. So here in this formula you see 2 oxygen, this 2 belongs to this oxygen also. So there are 2 oxygens in the reactant side, and how many oxygens in the product side? You are not supposed to consider this oxygen. As a group it is over. And now you see there is a oxygen 2, right? So oxygen atoms 2 in the reactant side and 2 in the product side. So oxygens are balanced, right? So this is how you have balanced this equation. Clear? And now coming to the next reaction. Okay, so now in the next reaction, even without putting a table, can you be able to balance it? Say, I'll not use the table now. Till you get practice, you can put the table like this and go on balancing it. Once you have been practiced with balancing, then no need of putting table there, right? Okay, so without table, I'm trying to balance this reaction. Okay, fine. First thing, what should click in your mind? Polyatomic groups. It should be there in the reactant side as well as the product side. Is the polyatomic groups there in the reactant side and product side? Yes. See, NO3 is a polyatomic group which is present in the reactant side as well as the product side. Okay. So how many NO3s are there in the reactant side? Only 1. How many NO3s there in the product side? 1. So NO3 is in already balanced state. Okay. And now go for the next element. Okay, let me consider sodium. How many sodiums here? 1. Product side, 1 sodium, already balanced. Next go for checking silver. Ag, 1 Ag. Product side, 1 Ag, balanced. Next, which element is remaining? Cl is remaining. Cl, reactant side, 1. Product side, 1. That means the reaction is already in a balanced form. So when it is already in a balanced form, you are not supposed to touch anything. Okay, fine. And coming to the last equation, 4th example. Okay, is there any polyatomic groups present? Yes, SO4 is the polyatomic group present, right? So how many are there? Reactant side 1 is there, product side is also 1 is there. So it is already balanced. Next, which one will you balance? Barium. Right? So barium, how many bariums are there in a reactant side? 1 is there. How many bariums are there in a product side? 1 is there. So barium is already balanced. Now let us go for chlorine. Hydrogen, keep it at the end. Remember, hydrogen and oxygen at the end you have to balance. Okay. So chlorine, 2 chlorines are there in a reactant side. How many chlorines in the product side? Only 1. So how do you make it 2? You will put 2 here. So that 2 chlorines it will become. So you have balanced chlorine atoms now. Now hydrogen, remaining element is hydrogen. So how many hydrogens are there in a reactant side? 2 are there. How many hydrogens are there in a product side? Now once you have put 2 here, this 2 belongs to hydrogen also. So it means that there are 2 hydrogens. 2 hydrogens there in a product side, 2 hydrogens there in a reactant side. So now the equation is balanced. Okay. So this is how you have to balance chemical equations. So now I will try to give the reactions in the form of a sentence. Okay. You convert that into equation and then balance it. Let us see few examples on that model also. Look at the question, guys. Even this question I picked from NCERT exercise questions of the chapter. Translate the following into chemical equations and then balance them. Okay, so they have given some reaction in the form of a sentence. You should write the chemical equation, okay, along with the formula and then balance it. Okay, so let us work it out, these 4 questions. Coming to the first question, read the sentence. Hydrogen gas combines with nitrogen to form ammonia. So here which are the reactants? Hydrogen gas combining with nitrogen gas. So hydrogen and nitrogen are the reactants. So how do you write hydrogen? What is the symbol of hydrogen gas? Just H or H2. See, whenever you write hydrogen gas, hydrogen exists in the form of molecule. So you should not write single H. You should write it as H2. Hydrogen, oxygen, okay, and then nitrogen, all these exist in our nature. They are present in our nature in the form of molecules. Okay, so you are not supposed to write single H, single O and single N. You should write them as H2, N2, O2 like that. Okay, fine. So hydrogen gas is H2. Combining with whom? Nitrogen. Nitrogen is also gas. So whenever you write nitrogen, you should write it as N2. So these are our reactants. They are combining. And to form what? What is forming? Ammonia is forming. Remember, the formula of ammonia is NH3. Okay. So this is the chemical equation for this particular sentence. And now, not only writing chemical equation, you have to balance it. So how do you balance this? Check it out. Okay, so first, which element you will try to balance? Hydrogen and oxygen, you should keep it at the end, no, if they are present. So here, first balance nitrogen. How many nitrogens in the reactant side? 2 are there. How many are there in a product side? Only 1 is there. So you need to balance nitrogen which is present in the product side. So which digit you will put? 2 you will put. Okay. So 2 nitrogens in the reactant side. Now 2 nitrogens in the product side. Now you check with the hydrogens. How many hydrogens in the reactant side? 2 are there. How many hydrogens in the product side? Now these 2 can belong to this hydrogen also. So how many hydrogens altogether? 2 into 3. In this case you have to multiply. 2 into 3. So 2 into 3, how many hydrogens? 6 hydrogens. This side only 2 hydrogens. How will you make it 6? Already 2 is there. How will you make it 6? If you put a digit 2, 2 into 2, 4 it becomes. But if you put a digit 3, 3 into 2, 6 it becomes, right? So 3 you have to put there. So what is the balanced equation here? 3H2 plus N2 giving you 2NH3. Okay, so this is the answer for this question. Fine. Coming to the next sentence. Hydrogen sulfide gas burns in air to give water and sulfur dioxide. Okay, so hydrogen sulfide. How do you write the formula? See, whenever you write H single, okay, then you have to mention hydrogen as H2. But here H you are not writing single. Hydrogen is there with sulfur. Sulfide means sulfur. Okay, so hydrogen is H, sulfur means S. So what is the valency of hydrogen? 1. What is the valency of sulfur? 2. So this number goes here, this number goes here. Crisscross method that we have learnt it in bridge course, isn't it? So what is the formula of hydrogen sulfide? H2S. Okay, so this is the formula of hydrogen sulfide. You no need to by heart anything in chemistry here. If you can understand the basics, everything you can write. You know the symbol of hydrogen? Yes. You know the symbol of sulfide? I taught you in the bridge course. Sulfide means yes. Nitride means N, oxide means O, right? So sulfide means yes. You know the valency of hydrogen? 1. Valency of sulfur? 2. So what is the formula? H2S, crisscross method. So only thing is you have to understand the basic. If you can understand the basic, you no need to by heart anything here. Okay. So hydrogen sulfide formula is H2S. And it is burning with air. Air means always oxygen. Remember. Some reaction with air always means it is the reaction with oxygen. Okay. And what is coming outside? To give what? Water and sulfur dioxide. Water formula you know H2O. Sulfur dioxide, sulfur dioxide. Di means 2. Oxide means oxygen. So sulfur dioxide formula is SO2. Okay. So now you have to balance this. So first, which element you will balance? Sulfur. I told you no, hydrogen, oxygen, if it is there, keep at the end. First, finish off balancing with sulfur. How many sulfur atoms are there in a reactant side? 1 is there. How many sulfur atoms are there in a product side? 1. Sulfur is already balanced. Now you go for hydrogen. 2 hydrogens are there in the reactant side. 2 hydrogens only are there in a product side. Hydrogen is also balanced. How many oxygens in the reactant side? 2 oxygens are there. In the product side, how many are there? 2 plus 1. 3 oxygens are there. 3 oxygens are there, right? So in this case, one simple technique I will teach how to balance easily. Okay, say oxygen atoms in the product side 3 are there, oxygen atoms in the reactant side 2 are there. In case if you put a digit 2 here, 2 into 2 4 it becomes. If you put a digit 3, 3 into 2 6 it becomes, but it should become equal to 3. No, it's an odd number. Okay, so when this odd number situation comes, you know what you can do. Here 3 oxygens are there in a product side. You want 3 oxygen atoms in the reactant side. So what you can do is you can put as 3 by 2. You want 3 atoms for the reactant, right? So put the fraction 3 by 2. Now you cannot keep the fraction like that only in the equation. You should remove that fraction. So when you have to remove that fraction, the whole equation you multiply by 2. The whole equation you multiply by 2. Okay. So when you multiply the whole equation by 2, how do you write? 2 here, if nothing is there, 1, right? So 1H2S into 2 becomes 2H2S. 2H2S plus, 3 by 2 into 2. This 2 gets cancelled here, right? So you will have 3O2. You will have 3O2. Okay. So giving you 1. If nothing is there, 1. 1H2O into 2. It becomes 2H2O. It becomes 2H2O. Plus 1SO2 into 2. It becomes 2SO2. So now you see whether the equation is balanced or not. How many sulfurs? Sorry, 2H2S, right? Here S should come, 2H2S. So how many sulfurs are there? 2 sulfurs in the reactant side. How many sulfurs in the product side? 2 sulfur. Sulfur is balanced. Next, hydrogen. How many hydrogens are there? 2 into 2, 4 hydrogens. Here, 2 into 2, 4 hydrogens. Hydrogens balanced. How many oxygens are there? 3 into 2, 6. How many oxygens are there? Check it here. 2, here 2, plus 2 2s are 4. 4 plus 2, 6. So, product side also 6 oxygen atoms, reactant side also 6 oxygen atoms. So, this way, if you can balance, it becomes easy for you. So, when a situation comes, this method can be worked out only for the oxygen balancing. Oxygen balancing, you will keep it at the end, no? So, if the oxygen balancing comes in this particular situation, say here 3 are there, here you want 3, it's an odd number. Say if it is an even number, balancing is much easier. If it is an odd number, first you can introduce a fraction. 3 oxygens are there in a product side. You want 3 oxygens in the reactant side. So put the fraction as 3 by 2. Now you cannot keep the fraction like this in the reaction. To remove that fraction, what I will do? The whole equation we can multiply by 2. Okay, so when you multiply the whole equation by 2, you are writing it as 2H2O, right? Plus this 2 and this 2 gets cancelled in this case. So 3O2 giving you 2H2O plus 2SO2. Now it will be there in a balanced form. No need to check once again. Definitely it will be there in a balanced form. Okay, so during oxygen balancing, if you feel difficult, if you get situation like this, okay, then when you can easily introduce a fraction, then to remove a fraction, you can multiply by 2. This method if you can follow, your balancing will become much easier. Okay, fine. Next question. I'll go for the third question. Read carefully. Barium chloride reacts with aluminium sulfate to give aluminium chloride and barium sulfate. So which are the reactants and which are the products here? Barium chloride reacting with aluminium sulfate. So barium chloride and aluminium sulfate are the reactants. So what is the formula of barium chloride? Barium is Ba, chloride means Cl, barium valency 2, chlorine valency 1. So barium chloride formula BaCl2. Aluminium sulfate is another reactant. What is the formula? Aluminium is Al. Sulfate means polyatomic group SO4. Aluminium valency 3. Sulfate valency 2. So what is the formula? Al2SO4 thrice. This is aluminium sulfate formula. Okay. So these are the reactants reacting, and what are the products here? Aluminium chloride and barium sulfate. So barium sulfate BaSO4 is the formula, right? And aluminium chloride formula AlCl3 is the formula. Writing formulas correctly is very important. Then balancing becomes very easy. Okay. So now how do you balance? Check whether polyatomic groups are there or not. Yes. Sulfate is a polyatomic group present in both reactant side and product side, right? So how many polyatomic groups? 3 are there. You should make 3 here, so you will put 3. You are not supposed to put 3 here. You have to put here only. Okay. Now this 3 belongs to sulfate. This 3 belongs to barium also. Okay. So sulfate you have balanced. Now which element you will balance? Okay. Select aluminium. Okay. So here 2 aluminiums are there. Here 1 aluminium is there. So how do you make it to 2? You will put 2 here. Right. Aluminiums are balanced. 2 aluminiums, 2 elements. Now you balance barium. How many bariums in the reactant side? 1. How many bariums in the product side? Now this 3 belongs to this barium also. 3 bariums are there in a product side. 1 barium is there in a reactant side. So how do you make this 1 barium 3? You will put 3 here. Okay. Now 3 bariums, 3 bariums. Now which element is left? Sulfate you balanced. Aluminium is over, barium is over, Cl is remaining. How many Cls in the reactant side? 3 into 2. 3 into 2, how much? 6. So 6 Cls are there in a reactant side. And how many Cls in the product side? 2 into 3, 6. So Cls are balanced. Here 6 Cls are there. Here also 6 Cls are there. 2 3s are 6. Here 3 2s are 6. So this is the balanced equation for third question. Okay. And coming to the last and final question. Potassium metal reacts with water. Okay. So what are the reactants? Potassium metal. Potassium is single K. What is its symbol? Potassium symbol is K. Plus reacting with water. Water formula you all know. It is H2O. So to give, it is giving what? Potassium hydroxide. What is the formula of potassium hydroxide? KOH. Plus hydrogen gas. It is also giving hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas means you will write it as H2. So this is the equation. So how do you balance this? Potassium 1, here also 1. So next hydrogens. 2 hydrogens this side. 2 hydrogens are there this side. And 2 plus 1, 3 hydrogens are there this side, isn't it? So now what will you do in this case? Actually put 2 here. If you put 2 here, how many hydrogens you will have? 4 hydrogens, right? So here how many hydrogens you have? 2 plus 1, 3. So how do you make it 4? Okay, let me put 2 here. Okay, so this 2 belongs to this hydrogen also. Right? So now it becomes 2 hydrogens here plus 2 hydrogens here, altogether 4. So here 2 2s are 4. So hydrogens are balanced. Hydrogens are balanced. But you see the potassium. Here it has become 2 potassium now. After putting 2, it has become 2 potassium now. Here it is 1 potassium. So you will put 2 here. Okay. Now lastly check the oxygen. This 2 belongs to this oxygen also now. So 2 oxygen. And this side, this 2 belongs to this oxygen also. So 2 oxygen, 2 oxygen, 2 oxygen, 2 potassiums, 2 potassiums. And how many hydrogens? 2 into 2, 4 hydrogens. Here 2 plus 2, 4 hydrogens. So all elements balanced, right? So this is how when a sentence is given, first you have to write the chemical equation and then balance it properly. Okay, so I think I have shown you all the models for you. So if you can remember these models, you know, rest of the equations you can balance in a similar way with ease. Okay, so with this I am completing video on balancing, and in the next class we will meet with the different types of chemical reactions. Okay, so let us meet up in the next class and see you all. Take care and do subscribe our channel to learn the concepts in a easiest way and in a detailed way. Thank you so much.